have an idea. Never mind. Just forget what I was talking about.
Pillow
I
my
love
daughter got
it.
us.
She got you a Ouija board. Now you have a Ouija board pillow, and I have a Ouija board blanket.
And then we can
And
snuggle.
together we can summon the demons.
Yay!
What's with the neighbors?
Oh, you looked away.
Sometimes it looks like a butt crack on the screen.
What?
His fur looks like a butt
I
crack.
thought you were talking about your eyes.
Yes,
See?
I have butt crack eyes, by the way.
Beautiful. No, what's his face on Stranger Things? That's who Josh calls him. He says he has butt crack eyes. Or butthole eyes.
Butthole eyes?
The big brother.
That's really sad.
Will and what's the other brother's name?
Could you
whatever.
imagine, like, walking around and you're
He's
like
this. He does look. It kind of does look like a butthole.
like
though.
you're kind of a celebrity, right? And then like people are saying like that dude has butthole eyes.
He's like, whoa.
Like you think that you are untouchable, or maybe you don't. And
Well, look at Adam Sandler.
what about
Some celebrities
him?
just don't give a crap what people
You
think.
know what?
He just.
What's with the neighbors?
Podcast? What are you looking at?
There was a big old chunk of Leon's hair.
Oh.
Or Tony's hair just flopping by your head. We can tell our listeners, look it closely and you can see an orb. Oh, that's just a cat hair.
What's with the neighbors?
After like finding out how many like people are under the poverty line.
Please put that in the poverty
Poverty.
pop.
What's with the neighbors?
And it is titled No More Big Shits.
Okay.
I think it's an email. So, hey guys,
Hey.
please don't take any more big shits. Shits over 3 pounds in your bathroom toilets. If you are eating a lot and holding your shits all week till Sunday and taking a big fat shit, please stop. The clay pipes can't handle the weight of
Clay?
the shit. If you feel a large shit in your ass coming on, please take it at a public library. Peace and love, landlord.
Why? I have questions.
I don't
Who is
know-
having
I
3
don't know
pound
if this is
poops?
to like an apartment building or what, but
Who-
it's an email.
Who is having 3 pound poops?
I feel like some of my poops are at least like 1.5 pounds.
3 pounds. That's a lot, Bri. That's a lot of poo.
I mean, that's
What's with the neighbors?
yeah, that's chump change.
It's Trump change, especially for Robert.
Wait, is that called chump change or Trump change?
It's chump change.
That would be so funny if it was called Trump change because he's like known to be rich and
That'd
like
be really funny. That's a good one, Bri.
right.
We should start that.
That's Trump change.
He doesn't have any money anymore, does he?
I mean, he does. But
I'm sure he
doesn't.
does,
No,
yeah.
he doesn't technically, but I think he's good.
I'm sure he has money somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In
Yes,
the
on all the
banana
hotels that he owns.
In the banana stand.
What's with the neighbors?
So now they all have STDs. That's like, I can't even imagine.
Your blood is my blood, and your blood is my blood.
You're
Wait, no, that's
from
my
vein
blood.
to shining vein. So,
No, that's my blood. I can't. I'm so excited about this. I'm loving this story.
What's with the neighbors?
he met Mary in the kitchen of the Bowens penthouse. And, like, the family was recovering and she was cooking or something. And he was like, Mary, stop what you're doing. And she was like, you can't tell me what to do. That's not how she sounded. And he's like, you need a...
Sorry.
She had an
it.
Irish accent.
Hey, laddie, you can't tell me what to do. You go and get your some. I'm really bad at accents. Anyway.
Yeah, that was rough to watch. So he's like, Mary, stop cooking. You're making everyone sick with your poopy hands.
What's with the neighbors?
Come on, Gary.
I love stories when we have a Jerry, Larry, Gary,
I know.
Jerry, Barry.
After Jerry doing this several times actually, the parents realized like there's an underwear shortage in the house. So they're like, 911, Yes, we have an underwear shortage. Like, they literally called 911 for this.
Really?
Yes. We are out of
Why?
underwear. Hello, 911. So Jerry found out that the family called the
Called the underwear police?
Yes. Thank you for saying that before I even had to say it. Oh, Leon.
He's giving you full show now.
He's like, you're talking about peeping
He's
toms.
like, look at my bits, Mom.
So when the neighbors were gone, besides one of the teenage girls, he went over to the house and knocked on the door. She answered, and he pretended to be the police. He wore like a little badge, and he's like, hello, I have some questions about the underwear that are missing. And he's like, come over to my house, or come over to this house next door, and I will ask you some questions.
Come over to this house next door that just so happens to be available for me to use.
Yeah,
Even
not
though
your
I'm a
house.
cop and I could totally take you to the sheriff department or to your own house.
I definitely don't want to stand in your house because I don't want my underwear stolen.
What's with the neighbors?
Okay. Haunted object active knows his owner. Condition used. Price $200. And this is a steal, by the way.
Is it?
All right. Besides being obsessed with this spirit's vessel, his personality is even better. This sounds like a dating website, by the way, for spirits.
Yes, it does.
All right. So here's this California Raisins Tinder.
Okay, ready for it.
This spirit is another mystery. Only he tells me his owner has a great deal of sadness in their life currently. They
Oh.
feel stuck and like nothing is going to change. However, this spirit definitely has many tools and capabilities to make those changes. This is what I know about this spirit. His name is Kyle. Hey Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
What's up? He is in his upper 20s. Guys, Kyle is in his upper 20s, single, ready to mangle.
And is very in tune to other people's feelings.
Yes. You can gather he was and still is very outgoing. Kyle's very outgoing, is in his upper 20s, guys. He has also told me his life was complete chaos. You know, everybody's is.
You know, but
It's
just
okay.
embrace it.
Everybody's got their
Embrace it.
baggage.
Yeah.
He has a child that he tried to track down, but constantly had games played.
Oh, it sounds like baby mama drama.
I also know his death was a murder made to look like a suicide.
Oh, that's sad.
And that's all about Kyle.
Kyle, I'm glad that you're enjoying your afterlife.
I'm glad. I'm glad he has a sense of humor, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's a cool guy.
Seems like a cool guy to be
Yeah.
around.
And it's a great Tinder profile picture, by the way.
What's with the neighbors?
And Andrea, in just January of this year, said Inspiration House did not disappoint. 6 girls stayed comfortably in El Raya's house for 3 nights. The house was fully stocked with everything we needed. Location was close to town, and it was exactly as described. We booked this house because it was listed as a haunted, but we had no idea just how much energy the house would provide. We came with paranormal equipment and
Whoa.
got lots of results, but on top of that, there was plenty of moments that resulted without any devices at all. The musical box in the display room went
Mhm.
off several times, as other guests had mentioned, but we also heard footsteps, watched the basement door slam close,
Whoa.
and even heard a voice call one of our names. If you're
Mhm.
looking for a haunted getaway, I recommend this house very much. Don't forget to read the material left in each of the rooms, as this will enhance the experience. And shout out to Alraya for being extremely easy to communicate with, and a big thanks for letting us check in early.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What's with the neighbors?
On December 1971, Andrew got a call from No.
What? Andrew got a call from No. No. You sound like an Australian trying to say no. 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 You practice so hard and then you're just like, I'm going to say it the way I was practicing it. Don't knock over your drink. I vote no, Scotty.
You sound like Professor Snape.
Oh, I was going for Dr. Evil off of
No.
Austin Powers. No. That would be a no.
No.
Amy Westmoreland.
The way I looked it up, so there was two different ways. One was a YouTube, and it never it never said how to. It never like pronounce it. It just told you how to pronounce it. Like it didn't like give you an example. It was just like it would be like if you were saying wrong,
Okay,
but
so
just
no.
the nog.
Oh,
No.
you said nog?
No, I said no.
Oh, okay.
Wrong. So it'd be like
nog.
No, it'd be
Nog.
like part of it.
Oh.
The end of nog. Wrong. It's pronounced NGO.
Ng.
But
Sounds like a caveman name. Ng.
that's racist.
Caveman.
they're from Singapore.
I thought you were talking about the caveman. I'm like, they're from caves. They're not from.
But then the other YouTube video I watched, it was a lady and she was just saying, no.
No.
So I don't know how to pronounce
Just go with no. If you're confident about it,
I'm not.
nobody's going to question it.
No.
If you act confident about it, no one. I mean, I guess I laughed, so I questioned it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm sorry, what?
So let me.
Did I ask a question?
No. So on December 1971, Andrew got a call from Ng Chang Po.
What's with the name?
So this is from Reddit. We had an older lady living in the apartment above us. We both had balconies with wooden floors. We would be hanging out on the balcony after dinner, and she didn't love it, so she would hold a Windex bottle to the gaps between the boards and spray us with Windex, then quickly run inside and refuse to answer the door.
Okay, with Windex.
Windex cures everything.
You know,
What's with the neighbors?
generally crouching or crawling around on all fours, which is like the worst part ever. It's often compared to Slender Man minus the clothes. So just picture Slender Man or Voldemort.
So you're wanting me to picture naked Slender Man?
Yeah, but no wee wee.
Bri, I don't like that.
I'm sorry. For
What
you.
color is the skin?
White.
Like
It's pale.
like white.
It's like white. Yeah, like a grayish white.
So you really want me to picture naked Voldemort?
Yeah, naked Voldemort
I don't like it.
minus the wand.
No, I don't like it.
And I mean the wand in the pants. Sorry.
What's with the neighbors?
The final and third personnel sent in, hoping they could go in further. Just they wanted this person to confront the face and try to go in as further down as possible as they could.
Okay.
Upon entering, the personnel found that the lights that were put up by the previous person were all gone and disappeared.
Oh.
And she, of course, heard the same crying coming from flights below and continued to move away from her just like it did the other two.
Right.
When she finally encountered the face, this time it appeared from behind her,
You know.
forcing her to run more
Yeah.
further into it. And
I mean, that's what they wanted.
yeah, she ran so far that her feed got cut out and she was never seen again.
What's with the neighbors?
So this morning, Josh and I were laying in bed, and
Gross.
Charlotte had already gotten up, and she was out in the living room watching TV, and I still have the baby monitor on because Natalie's sleeping, and she's got we have the radio play in her room
Yeah.
because it helps her sleep, and it's on super low, but we can usually hear what songs are on it if the volume's high on the
Right.
monitor, and so we're in the room laying down and just talking or whatever, and we hear like the radio, and all of a sudden we hear an adult voice come in her room, and it says over the monitor, "Okay, I have to go to work now." And it sounds like a woman, a grown female woman, not Natalie. It did not sound like Natalie. And the music was still playing. And then Natalie got up and said, "Mom, I'm getting up." And we were like, where did that come from?
And I'm just going to cut to a very popular scene in the most watched cartoon of
Shrek.
our time. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man, who lives on Drury Lane.
She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man!
Not the gumdrop buttons.
What's with the neighbors?
I like your pajamas again.
Thank you there, Harry Potter.
Alice and I watched Harry Potter last night.
Jealous of your life. I built Harry Potter last night, and I listened to my Harry Potter book last night.
Wait, so you're jealous that I watched Harry Potter yet you listened to the book?
Yeah, I'm on the second one.
What? Okay. I guess I'm just a little confused.
Which one did you watch?
The first one.
Oh.
We're starting over.
Yeah. You got to. Are you gonna, wait, are you going to watch them all?
Yeah,
Might as well.
probably. Like, as time comes. We also watched...
As time comes. You have to know what happens.
I mean, we've seen
It's
all
like
of
my
them multiple
mom.
times.
My mom does not care about what happens to Harry Potter. And I was like, Mom, you don't even know if he lives or dies. And she's like, he's clearly going to live. And I'm like, sorry, everybody. If you've not seen Harry Potter, you should watch Harry Potter right now. But
it's been like decades.
technically, he does die. So,
But we've seen it, so we know what happens, Bri.
What's with the neighbors?
A 24-year-old resident of Kansas City was riding in his car, and police pulled him over. The police found drugs and 2 handguns, so he was taken in for further questioning.
of course.
When the detective asked Sean, the person that was driving the vehicle, about his address, he leaned to one side of his chair and released a loud fart
Sorry.
before answering what his address was.
But also, I feel you, Sean.
The detective wrote in his report about the interrogation, the barrage of farts continued. And I knew you would love this one. And according to the detective, he continued to be flatulent and ended the interview. Though he was not charged because he wouldn't stop farting.
Because he stunk. Smart.
What's with the neighbors?
That's just a touch of the palace's brutal history, by the way. All this stuff.
Insane.
Stories of homicide, regicide, fracticide, infanticide, and all the sides were all over the place.
All of them.
All in this place. All the sides were here.
There's a main course and then all the sides.
All the sides. All the fixins.
All the fixins.
Murder with all the fixins. That's messed up.
What's with the neighbors?
The doll kiku was alternatively located in the family's altar, a common practice in certain Japanese households to commemorate the dead. This small shrine celebrated their daughter and marked her passing into afterlife.
Yeah.
That's when the weirdness started to occur. One day, the family started to notice that the doll's hair was getting longer.
What?
Once her traditional shoulder length cut with neat ends, now mangled mess of split ends reached down past her waist.
What?
It was scruffy, different colors, and felt different. At night, they started to dream of Okiko, and sometimes the doll would appear by their side come morning.
What's with the neighbors?
So it's titled More Feces.
Oh, no.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yes, but no. Not in that sense. Woke up this morning to feces everywhere. Apparently the kids who spread it a few days ago in blank struck again. this time with more wet and less hard feces.
Ew.
These feces spreading kids must be stopped.
Oh my
Darn feces spreading kids.
darn feces.
Ah. Oh, man.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
What's with the neighbors?
Bri, can we talk about my stolen car first?
Where's your car? That's how I meant to start off this episode.
Dang
I
it!
meant to start it off like, dude, where's your car? Where's your car, dude? Or where's my car? Guys.
Oh my gosh. So, everyone, I have something to tell you. Thursday evening, my car was stolen.
As you saw, I posted on the group and on the page and in our story and everything.
Thank you, Bri.
Thank you guys for those who responded. But I think most of you that responded were freaking scammers. So no, thank you.
Yeah, so my car was stolen, and this is what, let me tell you what happened, okay? So,
Let's sit back and just sip this in.
sip this in. So, get comfortable. I got up from home, I was on my lunch, I came back, and I was talking to Bri on the phone.
I knew this was going to be my fault.
It's Bri's fault.
I knew it.
I have to
Okay.
blame somebody.
All right.
So I'm talking to Bri on the phone, and we're just like blah 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 blah, like we are. And I went to go in the parking lot for my work, and I pull in next to two in between two coworkers, and I almost hit this pole, right? Because I'm like, Amy, in your head, don't hit the pole, right? And then I'm talking to Bri, and it starts downpouring. So I go to work. Also, I'm telling you how it happened in my mind.
In her brain.
Okay. So then I get to work, and I'm like wet, not terribly wet, but I'm still wet. And I get out from work at the end of the day, 3 hours later, and I'm walking to the parking lot, and I'm like, do, and I'm like, where's my car?
Where's your car, dude?
And I'm freaking out. I call Rick. His phone is dead. I call Alice. She's not answering her phone. And I'm
Figures.
like, oh my gosh, get on my, we have like little security cameras in our house. So I get on those, and I'm like screaming at them. I'm like, call me. This is an emergency. And so Rick ends up calling me through Facebook because he had Facebook on his computer or whatever. And so he's like, I'm like, did you take my car? And he's like, no, why would I take your car? And I was like, it actually makes sense. Like, I was like hoping he was like secretly I was hoping he was like trying to pull a prank on me, because he doesn't do that. But also at the same time, I'm like, I need to know if you took my car, right? And he obviously didn't take the car. So
He was surprising you with a brand new one.
yeah. And so then I called my boss, and I'm like, can you get a hold of the person that does the towing for our parking lot? She calls the person. He didn't tow my car. So I'm like, great, someone freaking stole my car. And so my coworker, Kirsty, she had to go do a spray tan. So I'm like in her car while she's doing a spray tan, and I'm on the phone with the local police, and I'm making a police report, and they're asking me all the questions. Did you park it somewhere else? Did someone break in? No. Everything, They make a police report. I get home, and I'm like devastated, right? Like, this is awful. I'm talking to the police officer. He called me. He's like, I'm in charge, I'm assigned to your case, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you better freaking find my car. Like, I am going to hear from you like in an hour. Of course, I'm joking, right? I'm like, I'll talk to you in an hour when you found my car. And he's like, okay, and then I call our insurance company, and I'm on the phone with them because I need to let them know that somebody stole my car, right? To get that ball rolling. And I'm on the phone, and she's like, okay, and what's the case number? And I was like, I turned around. I was like, I'm going to call you back. Turn around, look at Rick, and just start bawling. And I'm like, I think I made a mistake. And Rick's like, did you park it somewhere else? And I said, yeah. Turns out I had Bri drive me all the way back. I parked it in the parking garage because it was downpouring.
It was right there. Right when we opened the car, she's like, "Here's my car." Right when it opens.
Not even 100 yards from where I was. Where I thought I was.
Dude, where's your car? Found your car, dude.
So that happened.
So, just so you guys know, we took them down to save Amy from embarrassment. At least it's like, this is like mulled out like a couple weeks in, and people are just going to think back. They're going to be like, wonder what happened with her car. And then the episode comes out and they're going to be like, oh. So thank you all for your support. Did your mom delete the post that she shared, by the way?
I told her to, and she's like, well, if Bri deleted it, it will delete it from mine.
It should. Yeah. That's right.
So, yeah.
She's so smart.
And all of that, like, somehow one of Rick's friends, probably because he posted it in one of the pages or something, because Rick's friend called him later that night, and he's like, did Amy figure out what happened to her car? And Rick's like, yeah, she just misplaced it.
How do you misplace your car?
I don't know.
You know, I get it, like a Walmart parking lot or something, but
yeah, but
no. Okay, it happens.
What's with the neighbors?
St. Martin's Crime Stoppers of Louisiana posted a mugshot of a woman named Precious Landry, who was wanted for second-degree murder.
Oh, okay.
She was apparently very unhappy with her photo the officers used on social media to help bring her into custody, so she decided to vent about it.
Oh.
She commented on the photo and said, "That picture ugly." Crime Stoppers responded by saying, Precious Landry, you were always welcome to head over to the sheriff's office and take a new picture if you want, or you can just wait to take it when someone turns you in to collect on the $1,000 reward. Soon after, the post was updated to say that Precious had turned herself into law enforcement, and they said, thanks for all your tips and information.
So they found her?
Yeah, because she commented on it, and she said,
gave her
that
away.
picture's ugly.
That's funny.
Oof.
Whoops.
What's with the neighbors?
April 24th at 2:30 a.m., distressed-looking Anthony rushed into a nearby kebab shop, which isn't just like a shop that makes a bunch of different type of kebabs. And why are they open at 2:30?
Why do they have a... What?
You know what I mean?
What
I
is
have
there?
questions. So
It's a different world.
it's a different world. So he ran into a kebab shop, demanding that somebody call the police. He was dressed in slippers and a white dressing gown, which was covered in blood. When police arrived at Anthony's flat, they found Damien lying dead on the bed. He was completely naked and his throat had been slit. There was blood splattered all over the room, and as crime scene investigators processed the scene, they made a particularly horrifying discovery on a cutting board in Anthony's kitchen, and we're just going to kind of leave it at that for right now.
What's with the neighbors?
Pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
What's with the
Can I
in
just say
19
something real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. Why? I want to sit right next to God. I like God. I want to be up there with him, but I don't want to sit right next to him. Like, what
Why,
if I just
Bri?
want to sit like all by myself? Because I don't like sitting next to people. I want to sit like next to my family or from like my friends. Like you and I could go sit next to each other. Why do we have to sit next to God? Like I'll just go visit him every day or something. I'll go say, hey, what's up? Or like,
Hey,
I don't know.
what's up,
Go-
God? What's
Go
up?
bring him some sweet tea.
Like
something.
play like racquetball with him or something.
Yeah, like schedule a game or schedule some karaoke once a week or something. But like, I don't want to sit right next to
Yeah.
him. I'm good with that. I'm
Cards
okay with
Against
that.
Humanity. That would be a good game to play with him.
Gosh.
like the godly version of Cards Against Humanity.
Nah,
you know,
God would probably be cool with it. He'd be cool with it. He
Gross.
wouldn't care.
What's with the neighbors?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Larry and Jimmy ended up getting into a physical dispute after Jimmy allegedly summoned a Bigfoot to come and kill Larry. So, according to Larry, Jimmy was trying to get away so he wouldn't be eaten. So it sounds like Jimmy was like, "Yoo-hoo, Bigfoot."
It's like
And-
a Pokemon.
And Jimmy and Larry was like, "No, I don't want to be eaten," and was running away.
I choose
and
Bigfoot.
and Larry was like, "No, stop, Jimmy. I want you to be eaten." And or no. It sounds like Jimmy was like, "Yoo-hoo, Bigfoot, come eat this guy." And then he was running away so he wouldn't get eaten. And Jimmy's like, "No, I don't want to get," or Larry was like, "No, I don't want to get eaten." So,
Valid.
So Larry attacked Jimmy so he couldn't get away, and he beat him and strangled him to death.
What's with the neighbors?
I just want to be clear. You're upset because we made friends with your cat?
You're unreasonable people. You're holding our cat. Go in your yard and say, "Mercury, go home. Don't come in our yard anymore."
She
They
will
want
not
you
listen.
to...
She's a cat. She doesn't speak English. It's a cat, dude.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, we'll have the police department figure it out.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Great
All
idea.
right, you cat pervert.
Oh my God, you guys are absent.
I've done nothing to bring the cat. I've done nothing to bring the...
Literally, Karen.
You're angry because your cat is in my yard.
You know what? There's a crime about you harboring my cat.
What crime is that?
It's against the law.
What crime is that?
It's called harboring an animal, cat pervert.
What's with the neighbors?
So, and Alan
Okay.
Brown mentions that the spirits have been witnessed standing under the oak trees and screaming at passerbyers. What are you doing? You can just picture like an old man screaming at someone for walking on his lawn.
Get off my property!
Get off my grave!
Get off my grave!
That's messed up.
What's with the neighbors?
So, Joshua Dobson, 18-year-old, was arrested in July near Manchester in the United Kingdom on suspicion of vehicle theft, driving without a license, and leaving a gas station without paying. When authorities went to his home to take him into custody, they couldn't find him. However, after a search, they found him in a very peculiar place. The officers released a statement that said, "When we went to arrest him, our officers noticed a large stuffed animal bear breathing. They approached the bear and eventually found Joshua hiding inside of it. He had cut a hole big enough for him to hide his entire body inside the stuffed bear. He was eventually sentenced to 9 months in prison, and the authorities told the news, hopefully he has a bearable time inside."
He tried so hard.
He tried so hard.
I kind of feel bad for him. But also, it's a really good spot.
It's a really good spot. That would be perfect for hide and seek, the ultimate hide and seek spot.
We have a giant bear in my house like that. And now I'm terrified in Charlotte's room.
What's with the neighbors?
As LaDonna was like soaking in this moment, she sees a large form out of the corner of her eye about 40 feet away, and it was a young adult chimpanzee that somehow got out of his cage.
Oh, God.
He was glaring at her. Within seconds, he started to charge at her. So St. James pushed LaDonna out of the way, but the chimp ended up knocking LaDonna back and shoving her into St. James. She wrapped her arms around her husband's neck, but the chimp locked his jaws around her thumb and with a single jerk pulled off her thumb.
Oh.
St. James Jaws. Sorry. The chimpanzee then locked his jaws around St. James' left hand, and with a single ferocious jerk of his neck, he tore St. James' left hand off.
Oh my gosh.
So St. James threw his hysterical wife under the picnic table and pushed her further underneath as the chimp tried to pursue her. But LaDonna was screaming, commands like, no, stop, sit, in a desperate bit to stop him.
Yeah.
The remaining cake was on the table, still in its box, but the chimps didn't care. That's not what they wanted. I just lost my track. Sorry. Instead, he went straight for St. James. As St. James confronted the chimp, the 6'2" former running back turned to find a second chimp, also a male. This one much older and bigger, bearing down on him as well. With both hands, he pushed the bigger animal, causing both chimps to pounce. One of the animals grabbed him in a bear hug before chomping into the bone right above his right eye.
Oh,
it
gosh.
then stuck a finger in St. James' right eye, gouging it out. The same animal clamped his teeth onto St. James' nose, biting it off as the other. Yeah, biting
Why
it
did that
off
gross me out?
because it's awful. As the other chimp chewed away at St. James' fingers. In the same motion, yeah. In the same motion, one of the chimps dug in his claws and ripped the skin right off of St. James' face, causing it to like flop over and cover his left eye.
What the fudge?
Temporarily blinding St. James. One of the primates sunk his teeth into St. James' skull. He then closed his jaws on St. James' mouth, ripping off his lips and most of his teeth.
Holy crap.
Do you need a minute?
No.
I'm not done. So St. James tried to put one of his hands down the animal's throat, but the chimp just kept chewing on his arm and hand, and chewing on it and causing him so that he couldn't pull it out.
Where are the workers at?
I have no idea. This is like in a matter of seconds. Like this happened so fast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
there's multiple of them.
Yeah. So St. James fell to the ground, no longer able to defend himself. For at least 5 minutes, the mauling continued as he lay there helplessly.
Oh my
One
gosh.
of the chimps gnawed on his buttocks and bit off his testicles.
Oh!
They ravaged his left foot, leaving it shredded. Blood poured from his body, and LaDonna was screaming. It looked as if they were eating him alive. Finally, LaDonna screamed for the owner's son-in-law, Mark Caruthers, to come running with a .45 caliber revolver. After struggling to find a clean shot, he opened fire at the young primate, but the shot made no effect whatsoever. So he raced back to the house and a few dozen yards away to reload with a more powerful ammunition. When he returned, he focused on the older male chimp. He kneeled down and shot him once in the head from close range. As the animal fell to the ground, the younger chimp actually began dragging St. James' mutilated body down a hill, leading away from Moe's cage. Dirt filled St. James' lungs, and he seeped into his bloody openings.
Oh my
For
God.
the briefest of moments, LaDonna looked towards Moe. He was sitting in the corner of his cage, and he was just frozen, like in shock that this just happened to his parents.
He's like, I don't have anything on these guys. Like, I can't do anything.
I don't know. The lone chimp continued tearing at St. James' limp body with his teeth until Caruthers, that boy with the gun, caught up to him and shot him once in the chest, ending the attack.
So we have here a beautiful fur coat. It really is. It looks very soft.
But at first glance, it looks like a plate of fried bacon.
It does. I see. It's like brown and then it has dark black like stripes going
Just
up
like
it.
bacon.
So yes, it does look like bacon.
At first glance, when I saw it, like
"Oh,
before I
I'm
pulled
so
the
hungry.
picture, before I pulled the picture up, I was like, "Is that bacon?"
You know those pictures that you see online where you're like, "Man, I'm a fat ass," and like you see food, but it's
You
really
see
like a
food.
dog.
Yeah.
It's like a dog's leg or something.
Yeah,
Oh man, that fried chicken looks good. Oh, never mind.
chicken nuggets.
That's a Shar-Pei. All
Sorry.
right. It's good. The price of this bad boy is $394 or $349, and it
makes
is
sense.
used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fur, real fur.
Mink.
So, and it also has a, friendly spirit with it, or maybe not. I don't know. Welcome to Phantoms Follow Haunted Dolls and Oddity Shop. I'm pretty sure I've done some of their items before. You're
cool.
looking at a mink jacket that belongs still yet to the spirit of an older woman in her 70s by the Catherine Marie Robinson, who passed away peacefully in her sleep. She was given the mink by her lifelong love as a birthday gift, and she loved it so much that she is still attached to it. You can feel her energy, especially when you put the jacket on, which is still in immaculate shape and just as beautiful as it was on her birthday so many years ago. She has a kind spirit. You can hear her walking throughout the house and at times smell her perfume and watch her shadow walk down the hallway and see lots of orbs. She also spends a lot of time in the kitchen. You can hear pots and pans clinging and the smell of what smells like apple pie baking in the oven. Lights
Yum.
flicker, electronics come on, and you can see a figure sitting on the couch at times. This is an awesome item to add to your paranormal collection. Follow me at Phantom Follows. They're on YouTube and eBay. So
Yeah, you've
I'm gonna
done
give
them
them a shout
before.
out. So yeah.
That doesn't sound terrible.
No, it's just like having a little house guest. It's like
Yeah.
if you live alone, you're like, I could
A
use
little
some
lonely.
company. I'll go buy another spirit for $349, and I'll get a jacket out of it.
And you can get sweet smelling aromas of
Yeah.
apple pie.
Apple
Sometimes
pie.
a perfume. You're like
Yeah.
wearing the jacket and people are like, whoa, is that Chanel number 5? And you're like, how'd you know? It's actually a version of Catherine. Who's Catherine? She's my spirit animal.
Yeah, my spirit animal. She's wearing a mink.
That was a good one.
Classy. Let's wrap up this hometown horrors with one more creepy story. This one is
Better
I found
make
off
it
of
a good one.
BuzzFeed. It's a good one. Okay. It says, I lived in an old haunted house in college. Things got so weird that everyone moved out except for me and one roommate. Okay, so this person has each of the things numbered. So I'm going to read them off. Number 1, I woke up at 3 a.m. because my roommate's door kept opening and slamming shut. From bed, I yelled for him to stop, only to realize I was the only one home that weekend. As soon as I yelled, the slamming stopped. But the hippie beads I had hanging outside my college door
such a
began
90s
to
thing.
sway perfectly. Such a college thing. I forgot about this story. It's just so funny. Go slamming the hippie beads shut like. Oh, okay.
Okay. Pull out your phone
Oh, okay.
and pull up your, like, you're going to text somebody. So pick
Okay.
me.
Okay.
and go pull up your emoji keyboard.
Okay.
And this is what we're going to do. We're building a soccer team. And you know how when you, in school, like there's 2 leaders, 2 captains, and like they say like Jennifer, and the other one says like Caitlin.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
They
other one-
pick it. Yeah.
So we can't pick the same
Okay.
ones, but we're going to build a team of 5 animal emojis.
Okay.
And you need to tell me which one you pick. You need to tell me why you're picking that one
Okay.
for a soccer team. Okay.
So 5 emojis. Any 5 emojis. Or am I recently used? What's hanging right there? What is that?
What?
Is that a string for your fan? Okay. That scared me so bad.
So sorry.
I don't know why that scared me.
Any person or animal emoji.
Okay.
And I'll let you go first.
And we get 5.
5.
Okay. So
you're gonna pick one, then I'll pick one, and then you pick one, and I'll pick one.
Okay. Clearly the vampires are incredibly fast and strong.
Okay.
But I hope the soccer
like
game's
that.
at night.
Yeah. Or indoors.
I'm also going to go ahead and type these. That way we can post them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I'll send them to you. We can compare each.
Okay. So I keep gleeking. I'm going to go with the whale. Because he's just going to sit he's going to just sit in front of the goalie. So it's really hard for you to get past
Okay.
the goalie.
Okay. Fine. I'm going to pick the tornado so it can blow your stupid whale away.
That is not a person or an animal.
Oh, crap. Damn it. Fair. Okay. What damn, Amy?
I'm sorry.
Hang on.
You're good.
All right, I'm gonna pick the blind guy because they have a really great sense of things, and he could get around that whale easily.
You're building a very strong.
I just picked a blind guy to play soccer.
You are
No
picking
take-backs.
such a strong team.
No take backs.
Proud of you.
Regret.
Okay.
Already.
No regret. Okay, so I am going to pick the camel so that he can squirt water to hose down the whale so that the whale does not dehydrate and die.
There's so much focus on this whale. All right, I'm gonna pick a giraffe so he could throw balls over your whale.
With his neck?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm not judging. Okay, so
I love this
you
game,
have
by the way.
So I'm going to pick the gorilla. Where did the gorilla go? I'm going to pick the gorilla because he's going to be fast and he's going to be my defense. He's going to be throwing arms. He's going to be chucking the ball when he needs to.
He could be faster than Edward Cullen and stronger.
I didn't
fine,
say.
It's fine. All right. Since your gorilla story, I have so much admiration for gorillas.
True. Yeah.
I'm going to Ooh, which one do I pick? Which one of those? I'm going to pick a wizard because, Quidditch. Quidditch and soccer are kind of similar, sort of. And also they can fly.
I should have just
wizard.
stuck to animals. You're cheating.
I picked I'll pick an animal for next. You should have done 2 people and 2 animals. 3 animals.
Oh, that would have been a good idea.
Yep. Too late.
Oh, yeah, I already picked. We can. No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Okay. So next, I am going to pick the T-Rex.
That's fair. That's a good one.
Because you need to have, first off, I absolutely love dinosaurs. Secondly, you need to have more defense since you have a wizard and
A vampire.
a vampire. And so, your vampire is like strong, but can your vampire like, I don't know, not get eaten by the dinosaur?
Probably not.
So
Probably. Okay, my last choice is going to be a mosquito. Because
you can give us malaria?
Yeah, didn't mosquitoes kill dinosaurs? Also, so did. And 2, that wasn't even, I was going to pick mosquito before you even said dinosaurs, and it was going to be because they would be distracting.
Oh.
I'm
But
thinking
just
on
one?
the lines of,
Just one
crap,
mosquito?
you're right. Dang, I'll just take like one swat. Damn.
You can take it back. I'll let you take it back.
No, it's okay. I'm sticking with the mosquito. It's got lots
So
of
you can kill my
diseases.
dinosaur?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for my last one, I'm going to pick the ferret.
I love ferrets.
I know
Why?
me too. Because they're super playful and adorable, so they're going to be distracting.
Oh, yeah,
But
for sure.
also, those things are so fast. Have you tried to catch a ferret? They
Yeah.
are so fast.
They're so fast.
And they can get that ball across that lawn so fast without getting caught.
Yeah, so could a cheetah.
That's true.
This is my favorite game. I love this game so much.
What's with the neighbors?
Hey guys! Don't tell anyone, but I have hijacked my mom's mic. Welcome to What's with the Neighbors. I am your host, Alice. This is the Spooky Scary Bedtime Story Special. First, I want to tell you a funny joke.
What's with the neighbors?
And I will tell a teeny tiny little story that I've been wanting to share with you.
Okay.
So back in 2012, this is from me personally. Back in 2012, I woke up and we thought there was something in our house already. Like I'd been in the house by myself multiple weekends and the alarm would just go off and police would come out and nothing would happen. I'm terrified of alarm systems because of this house. And also like just weird things would happen in the house. Lights would flicker on and off. But another thing I came across on Facebook. So in 2012, September 10th to be exact, I posted, yeah, I woke up with this on my left leg this morning and it obviously was a right handprint. I was laying on my back, so I don't see how I could have put enough pressure on my hand with my hand in my sleep on my left thigh. I am officially creeped out. And I can post the picture. Have I showed you it?
Yes.
I have. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it on the podcast just to show or, share a little spooky shenanigans that's happened to me. But yeah,
I don't like
that
it.
is a little personal story. And it's
I
like,
don't
it is
like it.
weird because it's like, it's clearly a left hand or a right handprint on my left leg. So it's like I would have had to turn my hand the opposite way and push
Right.
hard on my leg while I'm sleeping, which is,
You can't even
I can't even do that when I'm awake.
What's with the neighbors?
I have to tell you my own personal ghost experience.
What? Like recently?
Okay. Yes, like the day before yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So no one was home. The only person that was home was my dad, and he was outside. Okay. The dogs were out back, all of them. It was only me and Leon, my cat. For those who don't know Leon, but you should know.
You should
Leon
know
at this point.
Leon.
So it was just me and Leon in the kitchen. Okay. And all of a sudden, I smelled the strongest fart I have ever smelt. It felt like in the kitchen. And I was like, that's not Leon. Like, Leon did not do that, right? Absolutely not. A cat cannot make that pungent of a smell. And also, I've never even heard him fart before. I've heard Tony fart, but not him. Because he's a perfect angel and does not fart. So I was like, wow, that's so weird. So I told my mom, and she was like, I keep smelling random farts also. Like, where, like, there's no one around her, and she's like farting. Okay. But she's not farting. Like, it smells like someone farted. Like, she'll be like, and I've seen her do it where she's like, did the dog poop? And I'll be like, no one's around you. And she's like, what the heck? And so I was convinced that a ghost was walking around crop dusting all of us. And it turns out it was something that was rotting in the fridge.
Ah.
So.
But I love that your mind jumped straight to ghost.
I was
You
so
and I have been
bummed.
friends. I'm rubbing off on you.
I was like, oh man, I really was hoping it was.
Really wanted a really disgusting toilet humor ghost. Man.
Just crop dusting us in the
You know what I've
afterlife.
always wanted? A ghost with an irregular bowel problem.
It's the main thing that you see when you come into the park. And if you see any pictures, this is like going to be the first thing that you see. It's called the Cannonball Loop. Please guess what you think a cannonball loop is, Bri.
I'm guessing you get shot out of something. Hold on. I want to see this.
Oh.
Action. Can I look it up?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look at a picture. You can look at a picture.
Oh, God. It's everything that I dreamed of. Holy crap.
Okay, so
Is that a slide?
that's a slide. So
You
it's a
don't, your
giant-
body doesn't do that. That
I
won't
know.
work.
I know. So it's a giant slide that went into an actual loop. Like, you go down and you come up. It's like a loop-de-loop.
And it's not like a
s-
gradual loop, like where you like kind of curve into the loop. It is like a
Yeah.
straight up, like all the way, like 360
it's
or
not-
a 180
it's a
loop.
vertical loop. It's a vertical loop. It's not a horizontal, because like you could think of like a
Yeah,
one
it's like a 180.
yeah. So,
Do they know that? That was a good one. Do they know that won't?
I don't
Anyway.
know. Okay.
What was
so
the water pressure?
So I'm gonna explain it.
Okay, yeah.
So, it's an actual loop, and then finally you are shot out, if you get that far, into a shallow pool of water. The loop's operations were sporadic, and it was constantly having to be
Oh
redesigned.
my God.
And only lasted a month before being shut down by the state advisory board. They're like,
my
we
God.
can't have this. So, a funny story about this loop. This loop came up when Mulvihill drew it on a napkin, because all good things come from an idea on a napkin.
That is not, that is not a lie. That's true.
But he's not an engineer.
Right.
And he's not someone that should be designing slides, period.
He's like a 5-year-old.
It sounds fun. So if you got enough speed and actually stuck to the slide and go all the way around, which, as you can imagine, that's not what happens when you go around the slide and you get to the very top peak part of this loop. Your body just falls down.
I was about to say, your ass is going to fall. You're just going to get stuck up on the top and go, whoop.
So your body just falls down and smashes against the other
It's
side.
like a pinball.
And then falls down the other side of the loop and bangs against the sides in whichever way.
Oh, gosh.
So the slide is pitch black on the inside. So when you're standing at the top
Course.
looking down, you can't even see anything. So when you're going down it, you have no idea what's happening.
You don't even know when to brace yourself.
You're getting slapped around against the walls in this shallow water. You're getting beat to death when you go up that slide. All of this sudden, and then all of a sudden your feet are up over your head, and then bam! So,
What's with the neighbors?
a
It's a
Starbucks cup.
It's a Christmas holiday themed Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
And it says, all right, I've had it with Starbucks this year. See the first part of this cup here? That looks like a profile depiction of a bowl. After some internet research, I learned that bowls are used for marijuana, the devil's plant.
Not the devil's lettuce.
Starbucks wants to ruin the image of a good Christian holiday with this garbage. I don't think so. Boycotting.
What's with the neighbors?
I need a double cheeseburger, red, hold the lettuce, double front and side, no seeds on the bone, be up in this drive-through, order for two, I guess I give him four, and I'm not like my shoe, we need some chicken up in here, in this dizzle, for rizzle, my nizzle, extra salt on the frizzle, Dr. Pepper, my brother, another for your mother, double, super size, and don't forget the fries, crispy.
What's with the neighbors?
But Teddy is he just learned his voice, like, a couple weeks ago. Like, he learned, like, barking. What?
Sorry, I just realized we like Teddy Roosevelt, and now we can call him
I
Teddy
know.
Roosevelt.
Or I
It's
call
not even
him
like
Mis-
Teddy Bear.
I call him Teddy. I call him Mr. Roosevelt all the time.
I love his name. It's perfect.
Yeah. Or I'll call him Theodore.
Cute.
I know. So, but he just recently learned his voice a couple weeks ago. So now everything he was like, "Whoop, whoop," and then he gets the other ones to do it. He's probably like, yeah, watch this, guys. I can make these dogs bark. Oh my gosh.
What's with the neighbors?
All right, item number 4.
Okay, so this is a very typical oval Sympia.
Sifa,
Um,
Surfa, Sipa.
Sepa?
Is that
like
how you
the-
say Cynthia?
It's Sympia.
The filter.
Yeah, Sympia.
Okay.
I think I'm almost positive it's Sympia.
It's like a Western.
Yeah, like a Western type of oval photo of a middle-aged woman that looks like you just told her that her green bean casserole is the worst thing that you have ever had in your entire life. Her name is definitely Mary Jo, and she is wearing a dress that goes up to, like, it buttons up at her neck, with like lace embroidered at the, like, chest with very poofy sleeves. She scares me, Bri.
She does me too. Okay.
She looks so angry, but like condescendingly angry.
What did you say her name was?
Mary Jo.
Okay. Well, all right. So it's titled Vintage Haunted Photo 1800s Fran. Condition
Fran!
used. Price,
Definitely, she's definitely a Fran.
yeah, I agree. Price $120 and it's on sale. That's on sale, guys. So go get it while it's hot. All right, description. Meet Fran. This haunted photo is very active when it comes to having feelings and emotions happening when looking into the photo and holding it to seeing objects slightly move near the photo. Activity will light up divination tools and feelings of being watched. Her energy has been very intense working with her at times. I feel pressure on my chest and slightly difficulty breathing and my heart racing. She can be very intense to work with. She is very respectful around my husband, but when it comes to communication with me, she is very traditional in a sense that she can be judgmental towards me with my role being a wife and what I should and shouldn't do around my household. She tells me I'm the one that always needs to cook and clean the house. She is very old-fashioned that way. Fran
I see
is
Fran saying that.
This is absolutely Fran. Typical.
Such a typical Fran.
Her picture is like perfect. Fran is a spirit from the 1800s and is a very traditional woman. She is married, had 3 children, raised them, and did the typical duties of a woman in that era would do, taking care of the household. She dislikes cats, but tells me she likes dogs. She is very active when she wants to make her presence known. She has been telling me she is wanting to be rehomed. She's like, I don't like it here. Send me somewhere else.
This
She
place
needs
is dirty.
This is annoying. She needs a keeper that is understanding of her era and help her understand that times have changed and things aren't the same as they used to be. I feel Fran at times needs to be lightened up, as I feel she is very uptight and strict with what she believes is right and wrong. Fran has given me very intelligent responses with light up divination tools. She is very intelligent spirit that is able to give quick responses to answer and voice her opinion. She tells me she passed at age 70. I believe the cause
Dang.
was something to do with her chest area. Fran's photo is 8 by 6 inches. Keep in mind this photo is very old. It is vintage. Handle with care. She doesn't want to be placed in a bedroom. She made that very clear when I had her. She made that very clear when I had her the first day in my home. As she finds the bedroom needs to be private. I suggest keeping her around the living room with a bullet light near her photo, as she will turn that on when she is wanting to grab your attention. Fran can light up the bullet lights extremely well. She can communicate well with the pendulum, spirit board, and dowsing rods.
Wow.
She doesn't want to be in the bedroom.
She actually
She don't
sounds
want
like
to see
fun.
anybody do it. She does. She sounds very picky, though. Very particular.
Yeah.
Offerings, candles, 1800s music, wants and needs. Be respectful towards her, keep her photo safe, acknowledge her, communicate with divination tools, have a bullet light working at all times. Communication with Fran works with pendulums, dowsing rods, telepathic, bullet light. Paranormal activity turns on the bullet light, makes you feel her pain, can cause chest being pushed and hard to breathe, very intense energy, slight movement of objects, feelings of being watched. And if you feel drawn to Fran, you will know it. You will feel you both belong together. You might see her listing pop up a lot and feel a calling towards it. She may even visit you while you are reading this, listing. She may, hold on, let me say this out. Let me say this a little louder. She may even visit you while you're reading this listing and might nudge you to purchase her. Anyone?
I don't believe that.
Anyone get anything from Fran?
That person just wants her to. So they're like, oh, suddenly I
She's
want to
like,
buy
come
her.
on, get her out of my house. She's so annoying about my cooking. She does not accept grilled cheese. It's not good enough for her.
Only shepherd's
All right.
pie.
Only shepherd's pie. So
What's with the neighbors?
I used his full name today. I was like, when I found out he went outside, I was like, Anthony Stark Westmoreland.
it's like you ruined my fun, Mom.
I love you. We're gonna thank you for listening to our listening to the cat meow for the last like 5
past
minutes.
3 minutes. I was just thinking that. He thinks it's funny too.
What's with the neighbors?
At one point, he even took a lady back to his house, and he was like, "Look at my family home. Isn't it great? Look, I have a room for my son. I can be trusted."
Yeah, I have a fruit bowl right here. Normal
A
people have fruit
fruit
bowls on their
bowl.
counter.
With real fruit.
It's not even the glass kind.
It's not even the glass kind. Look, I have dishes that I have washed. My laundry is done.
All these normal people. Coasters. Sorry. I had to think of another normal,
Yeah.
another
Ma'am,
goody
actually,
person thing.
I'm so sorry. I know we're about to get intimate, but can you please put that mug on a coaster? Sorry, I'm a normal man. I can be trusted. I like to protect my wood.
What's with the neighbors?
I miss you.
I miss you too.
What's with the neighbors?